All right, so let's check out what we got. We just got this thing around here. So tires blowed off of the rim, have no clue why. Sometimes when they get in an accident, they hit the tire and just deflate the air. Other times the tire will have a cut in it. Thought the rim was bent in auction when I looked at it, but it actually looks like just dirt all in the bead lock. Almost looks like it hit like asphalt, a pothole or something. Airbags are blown out of it. I'm about to jack it up and try to get some air in it. All the other tires are inflated. Step board is cracked. Door is damaged. Already knew that. Airbags are blowed out. So I'm praying I'm gonna get lucky on this thing. That rim is definitely damaged. So I'm praying I'm gonna get lucky on that thing. It's gonna be one rim, one door, let the step bar ride. This is gonna be for my wife. We're gonna keep this one, I think. Hood does got something funky going on in it. Looks like it might be able to be bent back. Something going on with the hinge. So gotta figure that out. But that almost does not look accident related. I'm not sure what that's from. It's kind of weird. Besides that, front of the bumpers, all the bumpers, the little edges are all knocked out of it. They treat them rough, man, when they totaled them, moving them around. So let's see, let's open this thing up. She's super, super clean. Seatbelt is locked up from the accident. So airbag is blowed out on that side, side curtain airbags on this side. All black leather interior, wood grain navigation. She fired right up a second ago. Let's climb back in here. Go, purrs like a kitten, baby. I mean, it's nice, man. This thing smells like a brand new vehicle. It's crazy how nice this thing is. Third row seats. DVD player in the ceiling. I mean, I think the wife's gonna love this. Bose surround sound. So I'm excited to get this tire put back on it and go drive this thing and see if everything shifts right and runs right. So let's get at it. Alright, so just got back from the test drive and everything went good for the most part. I'm actually pretty happy about this wreck. It's not that bad. So the back wheel, let's see if we can see it. We probably can't. You can't really see it, but when you're driving it, it goes like this. So I don't think it's the rim bent. It's probably the, and the brake makes a noise. So that tells me that it's probably the actual shaft where the hub is. It's bent, not the actual housing assembly, but the axle shaft. And I'll tell you what, I'll show you what I'm talking about. We actually just did another one. This one right here got bent. So what gets bent is the hub part of the inner shaft. So your shaft slides out at most rear ends, not the axle tube assembly, just the axle shaft. So what it does when they get hit, it get jarred a little like that. And then this is out of square with the axle shaft itself. So then you have to take the axle shaft out and replace that. So if it was just wobbling, I might say rim, but being I can hear the brakes like that tells me that the rotor's moving inside of there and hitting the caliper, because the caliper is bolted to the axle tube, whereas the rotor is bolted to the hub basically. So the rotor is going to move with the wheel, whereas the caliper is going to stay still. So I'm pretty confident on the axle shaft. Cut the airbags out of it, took it for a drive. Its alignment's off a little in the front, no big deal. I don't think it was anything accident related because it wasn't hit in the front, but I'll definitely have to look at that. But yeah, no, I'm not upset at all. I'm really happy with this one. So I think if the wife decides to keep this is going to make a really nice vehicle. If she doesn't keep it, then we'll be selling it. Both seat belts are locked up. Normally that happens when the airbags get deployed. It also locks the seats up to keep the people firmly planted in their seat. And then of course somebody wanted to steal this. This is the thing you have to deal with at the auction, is either the shop or somebody that works at the auction needed one of these, I guess worse than they wanted me to have it. So they took it, so now I have to order one or find one in a junkyard. But overall, man, I'm very happy with this. It looks like it's gonna be very easy. Looks like it's just gonna be, let's see if this opens. So it looks like the liftgate motor needs to be replaced. It's pretty common with these. But dude, I mean, this thing is freaking nice. Clean wise, you know. We're going backwards a couple years by selling the Beamer. It's a 16, but man, I mean, tons of room. We got more kids now than when we had the Beamer. You know, more stuff going on. So looks like also when an airbag deployed, it might have damaged that piece of trim up there. So I might have to get that. A lot of times they go back, but we'll have to see. But besides that, dude, I'm about to go get on the old interwebs and try to find a door. Because that's all it needs is just that door. And I'm going to see if I can find a black one. I'm going to try to cheat the system here and see if I can find a black one on eBay so I don't have to do no paint work. And I need a rim. But I'm going to jump on it, trying to find parts. I just got this thing in literally 20 minutes ago. It might be at 30 minutes now. And I'm about to go already jump on getting parts. That's how you do it. And then all the other ones we got in, we'll get started on them here, you know, the latter part of today or tomorrow.
Just tell me what you want.
Alright, what we're doing is we're going to take this little bolt out right here, and then once that gets out, we'll be able to knock that center pin out, and then you'll be able to move your axles and get your C-clip out, and then pull your axle out. So that comes out like that, and then this pin, yep, as I say, if we're lucky, it will just, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Ed, spin that wheel for me.
Forward or back?
Try it one way and I'll tell you. Other way. Alright. Of course it's got to be up. There we go. There she goes. That's what she looks like. She comes out. Make sure you clean it up and get all that dirt off of it before you put it back in. I'm gonna sit it. Might as well sit it in the dirt, right? No better place for it than in the dirt. Alright, and once you do that, we're gonna turn our wheels around. And then what we're going for, which I'm gonna have to turn the camera off, is we're going for this C-clip that's up inside here. So when you put the axle in, there's a C-clip right there. You can barely see the edge of it. So when you push your axle this way, then that brings the C-clip in a little, and I'm gonna take a magnet and fish the C-clip out, and then that'll take the axle out that way. Let me see if I can do this in video. Ed,
Yeah.
can you push that axle in? Alright, so what I forgot to do was take the brakes. You gotta take the brake rotor off and the caliper off so we can push the axle in. That's all I forgot. Let's see if we can. Ed,
Yeah.
can you go wiggle or jerk that axle in and out? Just like pull it out one time and then knock it in one time really good. There you go, and then knock it in one time really good. Will it go in any more than that? See if you can tap it with that hammer.
Ready?
Yeah. No, you might have to put pressure on it, pushing it in. And this magnet ain't gonna probably work. Alright. Okay, so there's that little clip right there. Yeah. Where's she gonna come out? almost it right there. Let's see. I need a littler magnet, really, not this one. This one's too wide. We used to have a little.
Yeah.
There she goes.
You get it?
There she goes. She's out. I got it. That's what your clip looks like. Don't lose that. See if that axle will pull out.
What are you talking about, magnet? That's kind of.
Yeah. See if that axle will pull out slowly. Okay. So what we ended up doing on that one, because that actually was stuck because that's bent so bad, so actually ended up having to put a slide hammer on it and beat it on a couple times and get that thing to come out. But now your axle will just pull out like that. And order your new axle shaft, order a new one in, repeat everything in reverse. All right, so we gotta get these seats out of here, seat belts out of here, locked up from an accident. So these are gonna be single stage. Your tensioner and your seat belt, when you're in an accident, there's basically a little airbag in the seat belt that actually explodes and locks up the mechanism so that it holds you in the seat. You have dual stage and single stage. So these are actually single stage. And the easiest way for you to check if you're rebuilding one is if you have one wire or two wires. So this is the canister, and here it gets rebuilt. All this is what goes off, but here's your plug right here. So this one's going to be a single stage because it only has one wire. That's the easiest, basic, dummy free way to tell. So I'm about to yank these seat belts out of here and get them boxed up and ship them out to have them rebuilt along with the airbag control module. All right, so you're gonna have this clip right here. It needs to be unplugged. Let me get a flathead for that. So you can take your flathead, get underneath here, get this pushed down so that this comes out like that. And then you're gonna have a bolt right here. And then it looks like you have a 10mm up top. Alright, so that's your seatbelt out. And you can leave the bolt in there. It actually has this retainer on it. If you can send it to them with the bolt in there. You don't have to take it out. Just push your retainer up so it's nice and tight. And that way you don't lose the bolt. You can see the little retainer right there. And then you'll just box this and mail it out to them. We have to also take this piece off. And we're going to have to take the upper piece off. So you got a clip right here you have to take off. And then it comes up here. You'll undo this, take this off, and then it also goes to the seat. You'll have to take that off. So let's get on that. So your piece up here, you're gonna grab this piece and you'll pull it and it'll snap off. So it'll snap off like that. And then that will expose the bolt that's up top. It's gonna be the same size as the bottom. Again, when you take this one out, you just leave the bolt in it. You don't have to take the bolt out. You can send it to them with the bolt in it if it has a retainer on it. If it doesn't have a retainer on it, the bolt, this one's going to be retained in there. So it has a little locking retainer. Just leave it in there so you don't lose it. And then you're going to pull this off. So I don't feel like walking the toolbox. I'm going to take my ratchet, get underneath here, pull on the clips. They actually are supposed to come out right here. Let me show. So you have these push clips that are actually supposed to be in there. You like that. They're in there. So they hook down in there and then go in. So when we go to put this back in, we'll have to get them out of here and put them back in here to snap them in. This one is just going to be sitting in there, so it's just going to come out like that. It don't have nothing. It has a little push pin to hold it into place during assembly, but it doesn't have anything that actually locks it into place. So now we're going to move to the side of the seat. So for the side of the seat, you're going to have this little thing right here. Take a screwdriver, pop this piece up. Trim piece that goes around the belt. See, it comes out like that. It's just a little trim piece. And then you're gonna get your side cover off. It feels like it actually has a bolt on the front, probably like an 8. So it's actually gonna be a 7mm, just a regular socket that's actually on the front plastic panel. It's right down here. Take that out. Don't lose your screw. It's gonna clip out from there, and then let's see here. My style is just to pull it, see what comes out. There you go. So now you're gonna have a socket here. So we gotta find a socket for that weird one. So all I'm gonna use on this little guy is a 15. It doesn't fit tight. I'm sure there's a exact ratchet for it, or socket of me, but it's not my style. Right, Mike? It's not my style. It's Mike's style to get the correct tool for the job. But a 15 will work perfectly fine. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. Looks like an inverted star is the actual what it's probably for. The actual socket made for it, but 15 will get it done. So there's what you got. Talk to your mom. So it is an actual inverted star. So if you wanted to get the correct socket, you'd be looking for an inverted star socket. I don't know what size it is, but a 15 will get that off. Inverted Torx, Ed says, not a star. We're going to get technical. And then your strap just comes undone off the side. Fish it through the side of your seat plastics. And you have your whole seatbelt assembly out just like that. You'll mail all this off to the seatbelt rebuilders. You can find them on eBay and purchase it and send this out. They'll repair it. They'll replace all the little airbag crap in it, and then they'll mail it back to you and put it in. The passenger side is the exact same way. Just redo everything you did on the driver's side on the passenger side and box them up and mail them out. All right, so now we got to get the SRS module, the airbag module that tells the airbags already go off. So your driver's seat, this is a 2009 Yukon driver's seat, put it all the way back. We'll try to do this with the seat in the vehicle. Don't know if it's gonna be done. Might take out, but there's a little slit in the carpet from the factory. You can flip that up. The padding will be cut. And then voila, the yellow plug, that's where the module is at. So as you can see, it looks like some 10mm, but I'm gonna get this carpet folded way back and see if I can stink my hands up in there and get the bolts out. So I don't think I really want to, you can see it right there, I don't think I want to fight with it. So I think I'm gonna just pull the seat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come in here, undo these front clips, get them out of the way. You're gonna have one over here. Pull it, rip it up, it just clips on to the bolt like that, clips onto the seat bolt. And then let's see if these are 15s. Yep, I'm gonna use a 15. I'm a little loose, I might try 14. Same thing that I took the airbag piece out with. Yeah, I'm gonna try 14 to see if that's a little tighter. And then the back is gonna have the same way. And then for that back corner, you'll have to slide the seat forward and get it out. So get all your bolts out, move your seat backwards, and then you should be able to get easily to the module. All right, so your seat bolts ended up being, the fronts are gonna be a 15, and then the engineer that was designing everything that day was bored. And we already know that engineers are not the smartest people in the world when it comes to vehicles, and they decided that they would switch the back down to an 11. So they put 15s, or I'm not telling you the bolt size. I used a 15 for the front, and then they put a way smaller bolts in the rear as 11. That way when you get in a wreck and the momentum wants to go that way, you got little bolts in the back and big ones in the front. It makes a ton of sense to me, but you know, they're the smart ones that went to school and get paid to make smart decisions. So now all we're gonna do is slide the seat back, and then we should be able to tilt it back like this. Yep, just flip it back, Don't let it fall on you. Flip your carpet back. There's your module. Now it's going to be easy. Just 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Unplug your plug, box it up, and ship it out. So easy peasy, just unbolt your seat. All right, so after your modules or your seatbelt and your module is out of your vehicle, you're just going to come onto eBay. You're going to search for, what I did was 2009 Yukon seatbelt repair. So that's going to bring up these. Let's see here. All I did was went with the $45 one, $44.95, because that is a single. So you can add that to your cart, and you are going to need 2 of that. So you need to change your quantity to 2 on the seat belt. Let's see here. I had already done one earlier. You can change your quantity to 2, and then what I do is I go back to where I bought the seat belt from, or where I'm buying the seat belt from. See here. And I'm gonna go to visit their store because I want to buy it from the same person. This company is actually really good. And then I'm gonna go to search. All I'm gonna search for is Yukon mod. Yukon module reset is all I'm gonna search for. And then I'm gonna come right here to the $40 one. Click it. I'm going to add it to cart. This resets your module. You must have the actual airbag module. And you must mail it to them. So you're going to add that to your cart. You should have 3 items: 2 seatbelt repair orders, because you're just ordering, you're paying for repair orders. 2 seatbelt repairs and the module reset. You're going to pay for this. Print out the receipt, put it in the box, and box everything up and send it to the address listed on their page. So I'm on the way this morning to go grab the door and all the airbags for the Yukon. Found them here local. I was going to order them on eBay, but I have a local yard, Port City Auto Parts, that I try to work to and work with, and I try to give my business to. And they actually cut me a deal that was fair. It was about, I think, maybe like $50 lower than eBay. So I'd rather give my business local. And it saves a couple bucks, even though it's not really much. But yeah, we're gonna pick these up and get them installed and go on from there. As you can see, I got a mess. So I didn't want to take everything down, so I just leave the sun visors hanging. I didn't feel like undoing these clips. Don't feel like undoing the overhead console. Don't feel like doing the DVD player. So I just pulled my headliner down a little and snake my hands up in there and try to get bolts out for the side curtain airbags. That's my game plan right now. I mean, there's everything. Everything's taken apart of this crap. You gotta take all the side pieces out, meaning you gotta undo the seat belts. You gotta take the back pieces out. On these, the overhead has right here, there's an air duct that goes in this tunnel that's built into the headliner. That's how you get your vents in there. So you gotta take all this side stuff out to get the air tube out so you can sag the headliner down. But I'm just working on trying to snake this airbag all out right now. Get the bolts undone, and hopefully I can do this without having to take the actual whole headliner down or out of the vehicle. So it might have been easier, but I just get tired of unhooking stuff, man. Especially on this, because you a lot on these headliners, all your wires are glued to your headliner, so you have to tear all that crap off. And I took too many headliners out, and just it gets old after a while. And not to mention that we gotta take the headliner out of this car. So we just got the windshield pulled out of it, But I mean, you feel me? It just gets old after a while. So sometimes you try to just snake stuff out. So let's see if we can get this done. I'm not gonna time lapse it or nothing because it's a ton of work. Well, let's see if we can get these bags out and new ones loaded in. All right, this is another good reason why you buy local. So this is the airbag that come out of it. It's got one cylinder. It's hooked together right there. It has a bag that goes back here in the rear, and then it's got the one that goes up front. So the ones I went and got are individual. They're not the right ones. They're not the same. So all of these have cylinders at the end, and the bags come out the front. So they're not, it's not a double cylinder. So it's another advantage of buying locals. If you get the wrong bag, you can take it back. So I just want to go ahead and update everybody. The airbags that I purchased earlier in the video actually ended up being the wrong airbags. They just weren't the right type. When we went to pull mine out, I realized that they were different. So I have returned them and handled that and sourced another set out of, I think, Kansas or Missouri. One of them, can't remember, it's a long ways away. They should be here this week, and we'll get them installed. I feel like this video is going to get a little long on this repair, so I want to go ahead and drop part 1, basically the breakdown of everything, and then I'll make part 2 of starting assembly. I know the axle shaft got delivered to the shop on Saturday, or no, late Friday afternoon, but it's already there. The airbag module and the seat belts are being repaired currently. They should be coming back this week, and the airbags, like I said, should be here Monday. The door's already there, so this week we'll definitely be starting to do repairs. But hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let me know if there's anything you want to know, any information you want shared, and make sure you share it on your social media or wherever to let other people know, so we can hopefully grow this. And please subscribe to the channel. That's definitely going to help this grow. So catch y'all on part 2.